Welcome back. All this week, our CNN Freedom Project series has focused on human trafficking in a small Mexican town called Tenancingo.
Authorities in the U.S. say it's a major source of forced prostitution in the United States. Our Rafael Romo introduces us to one victim who was finally able to confront the man who trafficked her in Tenancingo.
It's an apocalyptic scene. Hundreds of young men dressed as pimps, whipping each other in a show of strength and dominance. But for 23-year-old Patricia Gonzalez, seeing this video of the Mardi Gras festival in the small Mexican village of Tenancingo is a reminder of her time in hell. What does Tenancingo mean to you?
Maldad.
Evil.
Maldad, y yo creo
Evil.
que
And I think that people without heart, I think.
sin corazón, yo creo.
In 2008, Gonzalez was forced into prostitution by a network of human traffickers based in Tenancingo.
I was there for a month and a half.
Patricia says many of those involved in this celebration come from powerful families who enrich themselves by exploiting women and girls in Mexico and the United States. Usually, it starts with pimps in training, trolling shopping districts and local fairs, looking for shy or vulnerable girls. Patricia's trafficker approached her in a park near her home. Once seduced, the young man will propose and take her to Tenancingo to live with his family. Girls like Patricia think they found true love. Instead, it is prostitution. Many are taken to the filthy alleys of Mexico City's La Merced marketplace, often the proving ground before being moved to the U.S.
When the first customer, the first man, approached me to ask how much I charged, I remember all I could do was look at him and cry.
The first day, Patricia says she had more than 40 customers. Her trafficker took all the money.
I remember they said, fresh meat has arrived.
How many girls did you manage to have working for you at the same time?
About 8 or 10.
This is the man who trafficked Patricia.
When you were doing this, when you were right in the middle of it, what did the girls mean to you?
They mean income. They mean merchandise.
Gustavo, who agreed to be interviewed provided we not use his real name, is serving a 10-year sentence for the trafficking of minors and forced prostitution in Mexico. He wanted to meet with Patricia because he says his time in prison has made him realize the pain he caused her and his other victims. Why did you do it? She asks.
I was blind by my ambition because I wanted to have power, no matter the means or how, no matter the harm I was causing you or other people. I'm aware of all the harm that I caused you, but I know that I can remedy that or try to remedy that somehow, not erase it. But I can prevent that many other girls don't fall into the same trap or fall into the hands of a trafficker that will exploit them, like it happened to you with me.
I forgive you, but that doesn't mean I have forgotten everything you did. It allows me to be at peace with myself. I think that this is a very important part of the process to say that I have overcome the harm he caused. I don't see myself as a victim anymore. I have overcome that.
Despite the obvious divide that remains, both Gustavo and Patricia agree what has taken place for generations in Tenancingo and elsewhere cannot be allowed to continue. Rafael Romo, CNN, Mexico.
Just extraordinary reporting.
Horrible situation. And in fact, after the break, we're going to be joined by a human trafficking expert.
Yeah, he's going to discuss this dire situation that's playing out in Tenancingo and what is being done to fight trafficking there. We'll have more on that when we come back.
We've recently discovered that there are about 35 million people in slavery around the world today. So slavery occurs almost any time that someone's made vulnerable and doesn't have the protection of the rule of law. If you want to understand the presence of slavery, you have to understand the presence of corruption in most countries.
We need leaders we can actually believe. Whether they're corporate, governmental, military, have an enormous responsibility. We're talking about people developing a higher level of consciousness than we've had up to now, enabling humanity to actually evolve because we have to.
When we all come together as leaders and people, elders and young, we can make the world the one we want, because no one is free as long as others are not. Let all of us come together to make the 21st century the century of humanity.